Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. Please like and subscribe. That's the only way that I know how to grow this channel. I need your help, so please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Now, today's lesson is a hybrid lesson. We have frases útiles. They're all starting with antes de que, before, but they're followed by, in this case, the present subjunctive because all these phrases are in the present tense, referring to now. And then when we get done going over these, we're going to convert them into verb number 9, the past subjunctive. Now, how do you form the present subjunctive? You take the yo-o form of the present tense. All but 6 verbs in Spanish have the yo-o form in the present tense. The ones that don't are estar, estoy, ir, voy, dar, doy, ser, soy, saber, sé, and haber, the auxiliary verb, he. None of those 6 ends in o. So we're going to find out that when we get to the present subjunctive, you have to learn the irregular forms for those. It's very simple. Also in the present tense, we have regular and irregular. We just did the irregulars. We have accented I like reír. That I shows up all the way through. We have like graduarse and continuar, the accented U shows up everywhere but the nosotros form and the vosotros form. Now, we also have stem changing verbs. We have E to I, E to IE, O to UE, and then you have the verb jugar, U to UE. And then, of course, we have go verbs like salgo, digo, pongo, traigo, caigo. And then we have ZC verbs like traduzco, conozco, produzco, merezco. So that's your present tense, a quick review of the present tense. So let's take a look here. Before I leave, before I take off, antes de que me vaya. Before we leave, antes de que nos vayamos. Before you take off, you say to a friend, antes de que te vayas. Change this to a te and put an S. Antes de que te vayas. Before it starts raining, antes de que empiece a llover. Empezar is a Z-A-R verb, but remember the letter Z changes to C in front of an I or an E. You can have anything in front and anything at the end, like let's go in the house before it starts raining. Entremos a la casa, or vamos a entrar a la casa antes de que empiece a llover. Before someone sees us, the verb ver. Antes de que alguien nos vea, vea. Before it's too late. This is one of the irregulars. Antes de que sea, from the verb ser, antes de que sea demasiado tarde. Before they catch us, before we're caught. Antes de que nos pillen. Antes de que nos pillen. Before they catch us, before we're caught. Before the game ends. People say, let's take off before the game ends. Vámonos antes de que el partido se termine, or se termine el partido. You can also say se acabe. Vámonos antes de que se acabe or se termine el partido. Before they raise the price on us, like let's buy the car before they raise the price on us. Vamos a comprar el carro antes de que nos suban el precio. Antes de que nos suban el precio. Before she finds out, before she realizes it or he realizes it. Antes de que se dé cuenta. This is from the verb dar. It's irregular. Antes de que se dé cuenta. Before the police arrive. When I was a kid, we grew up learning to address the police as police, not cops. That was kind of crude at the time, but a lot of people say it now, so however you take it is fine with me. At any rate, before the cops get here, before the police arrive, antes de que llegue la policía. Antes de que llegue la policía. Before I forget, that's really common. Antes de que se me olvide. Before we forget, just substitute nos. Antes de que se nos olvide. Before you forget, antes de que se te olvide. Do it now before you forget. Hazlo ahorita antes de que se te olvide. Do it now before you forget. Before you drop it, antes de que se te caiga. Give it to me before you drop it. Dámelo antes de que se te caiga. Someone, help me before I drop this. Alguien, ayúdame antes de que se me caiga esto. Before I graduate, there's your accented U. Antes de que me gradúe, antes de que me gradúe. For you that want to know about accents, why is it there? It breaks up the diphthong. So it's not way, it's ue, two different sounds. Before we graduate, no accent. Antes de que nos graduemos. Before you say anything, antes de que digas algo. Antes de que digas algo. And before something bad happens, pase could come after the que or at the end. Antes de que pase algo malo, or antes de que algo malo pase. So there are present subjunctive expressions using verb number 8 with antes de que. Let's go again. Before I leave, before I take off, antes de que me vaya. Before it starts raining or starts to rain, antes de que empiece a llover. Before someone sees us, antes de que alguien nos vea. Before it's too late, antes de que sea demasiado tarde. Before they catch us, antes de que nos pillen, before we get caught, antes de que nos pillen. Before the game ends, antes de que se acabe el partido, or antes de que se termine el partido. Before they raise the price on us, antes de que nos suban el precio. Before she realizes it, antes de que se dé cuenta. Before the police get here, antes de que llegue la policía. Before I forget, antes de que se me olvide. Before you drop it, antes de que se te caiga. Before I graduate, antes de que me gradúe. For example, I want to go to Europe before I graduate. Quiero hacer un viaje a Europa antes de que me gradúe. You can put anything in front, anything at the end that makes sense. Before you say anything, listen to me. Escúchame. Antes de que digas algo, escúchame. Listen to me. Before something bad happens, antes de que pase algo malo. All right, that's the present subjunctive. Our objective is for you to be able to say and create any phrase that starts with before. And if you're referring to the present time frame, it's going to be present subjunctive, verb number 8, opposite vowel. Now, we want to stay in the hybrid mode and take a look at verb number 9, the past subjunctive. How do you form the past subjunctive? It is simple. There are no exceptions to this rule. You take the ellos form, the they form of the preterite, and you change the O at the end to a, and that's your past subjunctive. For example, let's take the verb ser and ir. They're the same in the preterite. Fueron. Change the O to a, now you have fueron. If you want the yo form, take the n off. If you want the el, ella form, usted form, take the n off. If you want the we form, take the n off and put an mos. If you want the to familiar you form, take the n off and put an s. Let's go into the past subjunctive now. Before I took off, like I talked to him before I took off. Hablé con él before I left. Antes de que me fee, fi, fo, fum, antes de que me fuera. Before it started to rain, antes de que, doesn't stem change, antes de que empezara a llover. Before someone saw us, take vieron, change the O to an A, and get rid of the N. Antes de que alguien nos viera. Before it was too late, take fueron, change the O to an A, and drop the N. Antes de que fuera demasiado tarde. Before they caught us, antes de que nos, take pillaron, change the O to A, and you got it. Antes de que nos pillaran. Before the game ended, we left. Nos fuimos before the game ended. Antes de que el partido se acabara or se terminara. Before they raised the price on us, take subieron, change that O to an A, and you've got it. Antes de que nos subieran el precio. What we're doing is taming the beast. The subjunctive is intimidating for most learners, but the more we go over it and use it again and again and again, it goes up here in the language learning module, and even when you're sleeping at night, the brain is processing, right? The language learning module is organizing everything, and building your skills. It's like a Southern California hamburger, in and out. It comes into the language learning module, and then it comes out here through the mouth when you speak, right? Imitate and create, just like a little kid. That's why little kids without studying any grammar don't know what the word conjugate means. That's a crazy word, right? It's clunky. They can say, Mama, Mama, necesito que me ayudes. Mom, I need for you to help me. A 2-year-old, a 2.5-year-old can say that. I hear my granddaughter saying that, okay? No instruction. It's imitation and creation. All right, here we go. Before she found out, the preterite would be dieron, change the O to A, and get rid of the N. Antes de que se diera cuenta. Before the police arrived, antes de que llegara la policía. AR verbs are a layup, as they say, something so easy. Es pan comido. It's a piece of cake. Es pan comido. I know you know that one. Before I forgot. I did it before I forgot. Lo hice antes de que se me olvidara. I helped him before he dropped it. Le ayudé. No, this is you. I helped you before you dropped it. Te ayudé antes de que se te cayeron with a Y-E-R-O-N. Change that O to an A and get rid of the N. Te ayudé antes de que se te cayera. Before I graduated, I took a trip to Europe before I graduated. Hice un viaje a Europa antes de que me graduara. You listened to me before you said anything. Thank you. Me escuchaste antes de que te dijeron with a J-E-R-O-N. Change that O to an A. Get rid of the N. Replace it with an S. Antes de que dijeras algo. Before you said something. Before something bad happened. Like we changed our mind before something bad happened. Cambiamos de opinión antes de que pasara algo malo. So this was a hybrid lesson. Common everyday phrases, right, for frases útiles, but really leaning heavily on the present subjunctive verb number 8, and then of course we just converted to the past subjunctive verb number 9, right? Okay, please check out profesorpablo.com, 1S. Check out my ebook, over 500 pages, extremely well organized. I think there are 9 different sections. The first section is for learners from basic to advanced. It's communicative Spanish lessons. And then we have lots in there. We have survival Spanish expressions. We have frases útiles by the thousands. We have a verb dictionary, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of the most common verbs in English alphabetized with Spanish to the right, and then conjugation clues to the right as well, whether they're a stem changing verb, a go verb, a ZC verb, right? We have vocabulary alphabetized by theme. We have dialogues. We have accent marks. If you're writing Spanish professionally or non-professionally and you want to know how to do accent marks, there's a system that I solely created, and it's infallible. It works every time. And I could teach a kid in elementary school how to do it, right? So someday we'll take a look at some accent marks here, but if you're interested in accent marks, not only is the explanation there, but there are many, many, many pages of sample exercises with an answer key for each page of exercises. Download this. You can go to profesorpablo.com, use the promo code Pablo50, and you get the program for $15. Come on, that's a burger, fries, and a Coke. $15. It's on your phone, it's on your tablet, it's on your computer. Wherever you go, it is with you. There's a whole section with grammar charts that summarize everything, subjunctive, all the verb numbers and everything, all there in a very succinct, concise form, well formatted, easy viewing, right? You want to get that. There's just so much in that ebook that I know will help you immeasurably throughout the rest of your life as far as speaking Spanish. So check it out. And love you guys. Gracias a ustedes por estar aquí otra vez escuchando esta lección de antes de que, ¿verdad? Cuídense mucho y nos vemos pronto. Bye bye.